What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new edition of the Swift Kicks podcast. I'm Alex. With me, as always, Ben. Ever and always, Ben. The two others, they're out in Florida. Steve and Nate, not with each other though. I guess we should make that clear. Allegedly, yeah. Opposite sides of the state, I think.
That's what I say.
but you never know what could be happening late night.
And they just didn't invite us. Like I choose to believe they ditched us.
Right.
We're the cool
suckers
ones,
here.
So like, sucks to be them.
Yeah. Do we jump right into it?
Yeah, I want to just start by saying all the Liverpool fans that are on this show want nothing to do with me. That's why they're not here.
Right.
Man, you finally put a point on the table, and Liverpool co-host quits. That is no surprise,
Right,
at all. I'm just saying, spade's a spade.
Diallo denying everyone. Kind of opening up, I guess. Well, I don't know about opening up, but giving hope, I guess, to Arsenal and now Nottingham Forest. We can get into Nottingham Forest as well.
And Newcastle, you can say it.
You can kind of say it. Not for the title race, but
yeah,
definitely.
It's okay.
Yeah. Definitely Chelsea. A little bit of hope there as well. But, yeah.
If they draw Crystal Palace ever again.
Right. Crystal Palace is one of those teams that you just never want to bet against. They show up every once in a while.
Yeah. Little sad day that Man United, I think I described them as this early in the year. What we are kind of doing and what we are going to be known for the foreseeable future is a team that's just good for taking a 3-point win away.
Yeah.
At home, like a weird upset.
Yeah.
And it's not really, it doesn't even count as an upset because we should be doing it. But yeah.
Right. I mean, you can tell where both teams are at, where Liverpool felt that it was a loss. And Man U, I feel like he took it as a win. You know?
Yeah. I feel like that's a good result, though.
Yeah.
At 1 point at Anfield, top of the table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think Harry Maguire probably solidified himself in history in that, like, 89th minute, like, sky.
Dude, there's two things with that. A, if that ball came to anybody else, like a proven striker instead of why is your center back on the penalty spot?
Dude, they put him up top.
No, I know. But
they put him up top. They were like, hey, Xerxes, you're not cutting it. We're going to give our center back a chance.
Right.
That's like when your friend's dad is coach. Like,
right.
Hey, yeah, we do suck. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then the ball in was a little rough. Took a couple of bounces on the way in, but you know.
He Harry Maguire'd it. He literally could have redeemed his entire reputation.
Yep.
He could have toe poked that. And nope.
Yeah.
The Harry Maguire soundtrack in the background.
Harry Maguire.
Absolute spoon of the week. Meanwhile, Lissandro Martinez showing that he's got R9 form. Yeah. That's apparently the problem is our defense is playing in the defense and not up top.
Right. Just need to flip the field.
Yeah.
Xerxes becomes an amazing left back.
Unreal. I like Xerxes. I saw Man U's bringing in, for some reason, Mooney Rooney to do some Hoyland work. I don't know if that's been confirmed yet, but it's expected that he's going to get involved with the squad's strikers, but more particularly to help Hoyland find form.
It's funny because they got rid of Van Nistelrooy, right? Or is he still on the coaching staff?
Yes, they did. Well, he's coaching at where is he coaching? Atlanta.
Oh, that's right. He did. He got a new job. Yeah, but like, you know, arguably Rooney is obviously better than Van Nistelrooy, but Van Nistelrooy wasn't a slacker.
I'm just gonna say, like,
Well, clearly, Plymouth Argyle aren't doing the best.
I feel like Rooney got the call, put a cigarette out on like his leg or something, and then was like, "All right, it's my time to shine. I'm going back, boys." And he probably gave him the finger, like full eastbound and down. They should make an English eastbound and down, East Merseyside and down. And it's starring none other than Mooney Rooney.
Yeah.
I'm effing out. Gave everyone the finger. Got called up to the big shots. He probably thought he was playing.
Yeah, right.
I'll play. Yeah, I'm so glad it did me.
We need a striker. You didn't hear the last bit, coach.
Hey, our finishing's not great. Say no more.
Right.
Throws his hood up. I'm out. And then
I wonder how that works because he's still the Plymouth manager.
He's not. He's resigned.
He fully resigned?
Mutual parting ways. I think there's like a period of time they gave him. They're
Oh,
like,
wow.
hey, we need this much time. But yes, that is not great.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, then I guess that's his. I don't think he's going to ever be given a full managerial role again. Derby County, Plymouth. Wasn't there
Home,
another one that
his
just
wife.
his wife? Yeah, Colleen might have some words. Nothing working out there. So maybe a stint as a assistant at Man U is probably the best place for him. Mainu and Ugarte in the midfield. Is that the key for you?
Mainu, yes. Ugarte, no.
Hmm.
I'd like to see Casemiro get some reps in with the young one. Young blood
Yeah.
needs some old blood.
Yeah.
Make a good mix in there. But we look pretty good. Bruno Fernandes is still an issue. I feel bad for Rashford, but
Yeah.
Garnacho being back in the squad, I think I said last pod, I was like, United's biggest challenge, they got Garnacho that they're not using.
Yeah.
Put him in the mix all of a sudden. He didn't score any goals, but he looked threatening, moving quick down the field. Amarim, I don't even know if I'm saying his name right. I'm not sure if he's going to be there long enough for me to learn it. Is like already somehow on the chopping block. But we can come back to coaches that are getting fired before they start it in a minute.
Yeah.
He's definitely playing around a little bit, trying to figure out what it is. I do like that he's basically publicly outed Onana as a problem and needs to go.
Yeah.
I kind of have a theory that United's about to pull the Nottingham Forest and just splash them cash this January. They're in deep water. They're like on the brink of being in that like financial fair play pool.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to dip their toes in it and see if they can get some people off the books quick enough. But
Yeah.
I think that's really the real reason behind Rashford. You want to bring in some players, you got to sell someone worth something, but they're devaluing them in the process. But Amarim is figured out pretty quick here. He got lucky with a 2-2 draw. Probably should have won that game, but
Yeah.
that was a bad showing for Liverpool. Liverpool looked a little bit all over the place.
Yeah. Trent especially. I mean, he's getting a lot of stick, but kind
Bro,
of rightfully so for
dude,
this one. I feel like
I've
he was
talked to a
walking around.
Liverpool fan who is not on this podcast. No jokes involved. And I took notes on this conversation. Like this dude went off on Trent. Like basically, like, hey, just book your flight to Madrid. EasyJet's flights are going up in a couple weeks. The sooner he goes, the better. I feel he's just giving goals away. Connor Bradley's a better player, and they want to just no nonsense, no drama. Like let him go. In fairness, that's Sir Alex Ferguson's model back in the day of like, oh, you're playing the game, dude. Mo Salah would be gone. Trent would be gone. Virgil would be fine.
Yeah. Well, did you see the latest with Jamie Carragher was on Sky Sports talking about the latest with Trent and Salah and their contract negotiations and stuff like that. And he was saying that Mo Salah needs to follow in the footsteps of Virgil van Dijk and just basically keep quiet and like kind of just stick with the team kind of deal. And Salah just tweeted back at him, it's starting to feel like you're obsessed with me.
It would have been cooler if he would have used Britney Spears or whoever sings that song.
Right.
Why are you so obsessed with
Why
me?
you so obsessed with me? Mariah Carey.
Dude, it's all the same. They're all,
Yeah.
I don't have anything to say that won't get me canceled, so we'll just move on.
Yeah.
It's all music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Liverpool have like a too many stars problem.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of showing. Like Virgil van Dijk was like basically had angry eyes. I don't know how else to call it. Like was just pissed like at the defending. There's zero tracking back.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the wake up call they needed to get back on pace, if you will, to win a Premier League. But you could tell that they lost their shape a lot when they shouldn't have, and it's not like United are playing dynamic football right now. Yeah. Liverpool lost that game. Like Liverpool stooped down to Man United's talent. I don't feel like Man United stepped up.
Yeah.
So sucks for you, Liverpool.
Yeah.
For the show.
Trying to see who each other has next. I know Liverpool has Nottingham Forest next, which is actually could be a title decider at this rate. Man U coming up have Southampton, so that should be good.
Both are
good.
like 0-0 games. Like
Right.
one's relegation, one's championship.
Yep.
Yeah. I could see Liverpool just absolutely smashing the socks off of Nottingham Forest. Like
Making a point.
if you're gonna respond, like if you're gonna bounce back, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
They got a couple games on the trot, don't they?
Who? Liverpool.
Yeah, they got like a trap game in Brentford, not far down the road either. I feel like
Yeah. Brentford,
it
Ipswich,
kind of eases out.
Bournemouth, and Wolves.
Yeah, you got to walk
In
away
the
with
Prem.
12 points there.
Yeah. I forget who they have. Are they in the Carabao Cup as well? Are they playing Newcastle? Question mark.
Probably.
I can't remember who's playing. Yeah. Oh no, Newcastle, Arsenal, and then Liverpool, Tottenham. That's midweek. Newcastle and Arsenal play Tuesday, and Liverpool, Tottenham on Wednesday. I don't like how they play semifinals down at Wembley. Takes away from the point of Wembley.
Feel like they always have.
No, they always play the final. It's been like, I don't know, 5 years now, but
I think the Caribou Cup should have to be played at like
I guess it's not. I'm lying. I'm lying to
yeah,
everybody.
it's been
I
there
mean,
for a while.
both matches are being played in London, just not at that stadium.
Yeah, at Highbury or wherever they're playing now.
Yeah.
I feel like the Caribou Cup should have to play in like I don't know the posh. I don't know Peterborough Stadium.
Peterborough
Like,
United.
yeah, no one cares about this. Go to a different stadium, bring some money to a community.
Did you see Sir Alex was at
great.
Peterborough United this weekend?
His son's a coach there, Darren.
Yeah.
Ferguson. Yeah. He's been there for a while. He's left like 3 times and come back every time. It's kind of weird. Like he's never like resurfaced out of that position. He hasn't been able to like shake it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up his wiki because it's pretty interesting. He replaced Barry Fry, who's a bit of a Peterborough United legend. And there's some good old YouTube videos of Barry Fry just absolutely blasting players in the locker room. Yeah, but he did.
United are down in 19th in
we're in rough shape.
League One.
Old posh there. That being said, I guess didn't realize Ferguson played at Peterborough United for a good season. He didn't get any caps, but he was on their squad.
Nice.
But yeah, he has been their coach on 4 separate appointments.
That's funny.
2007 to 2009, he was a player manager. That's right. And then in 2010, he went to Preston North End. 2011, he went back to Peterborough for 4 years, kind of drove him up the leagues. Then went to Doncaster Rovers, then back to Peterborough United. And then it looks like they either took a pause at some point in 2022 and then reappointed him in 2023, which is just kind of hilarious. I feel like they should just call him coach or like Gaffa.
Yeah.
Right? He's not going anywhere.
They just got him on retainer.
Right. He had 5 caps for Scotland's U21. It's kind of an interesting career.
It's no Mussolini, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you were like a 90s Chelsea fan, he's probably pretty close.
Right. I see Wrexham just looking at League One. Like to take a look every once in a while. Wrexham in 3rd place. I think they're in a potential playoff spot there.
Ferguson played for them, 310 caps.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, 51 goals as a midfielder, must take in pens. Nice. Not a good-looking guy. Just throwing that out there. Are you listening?
The championship, Leeds, Burnley, and Sheffield. And then Scumberland, 4th. Middlesbrough, 5th. Kind of looks like the teams that you would expect to be there. But yeah, good old Plymouth Argyle to bring it back to Wayne Rooney.
Watford has had a bit of a falling down.
Yeah, they're 9th there. They were losing to Sheffield and QPR, so kind of losing to teams that were in the Premier League not too far ago. And they have Fulham in the 3rd round of the FA Cup coming up this week. So
I feel like for the Prem to get back to the glory days, we got Nottingham Forest in form. We need Blackburn Rovers back. Like we need to get Blackburn Rovers back into the Prem and making some noise.
Yep. Blackburn Rovers. Leeds, they tried, but they'll be back. I think they're
Coventry.
Coventry. Who was one that was like a Charlton Athletic?
Yeah, I feel like they were never good though. They're always like a
They were
bounce
never good,
team.
but they were there.
Were Sheffield Wednesday? I feel like they had a good run.
They had a little run for a little while.
They laughed around and found out Middlesbrough. I feel
Did
like
they have One Chop? Paulo One Chop?
yeah, they did. Speaking of names you'll never hear ever again in your life.
Come on Wednesday. Paulo One Chop. He scored goals for Sheffield. Yeah. 1999, 2000. Oh, that was for West Ham. Trying to see where he played. Let's do Paulo One Chop's Wikipedia play.
Where are they now?
Yeah, this is your where are they now? Paulo One Chop was a Costa Rican striker. Club career, West Ham, Man City. And that was it. So no. Oh, and Derby County. Derby
That's the
County was
one.
where I remember him from.
Newcastle. Let's talk.
Yeah. What about?
From hopes up to pretending that my hopes are not up to like we got lucky. Where are you at?
I feel like we're doing the midfield three has kind of been figured out. We were playing Bruno Guimaraes in like a holding six role, and now we've kind of moved Tonali into that. Kind of swapped him and Tonali around, which allows Bruno to go forward a little more. Joe Linton has just kind of been the beast that he is, driving the heart of that midfield. And they seem to have kind of worked it out with each other. I feel like maybe they were kind of all struggling to kind of figure out who was going to do what, and they figured that out. The defense, we had the return of Sven Botman in the center back, which is great. It's funny, Dan Burn has actually slid into center back just because Fabian Schär had a little injury, and he's looks pretty good there.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's better there.
Yeah, yeah,
Such a big man at the center back.
yeah. Our wing backs are good. Liver Morento and who's kind of taken over from Kieran Trippier and Lewis Hall. And then the problem, and I fear it's going to be a bigger problem, is I mean Isak is so good up front, but there's nobody else. Um, I can't even remember. Oh, it was man. We were playing a midfielder essentially as our striker at the end of the last match, um, and
It's better than Harry Maguire.
it's better than Harry Maguire, but we just don't have anybody that can like rotate in there realistically.
Marcus
So that's where we're kind of struggling. But I mean, we've been doing pretty well with the 4-3-3. That's kind of helped out there. But yeah, I mean, obviously we're on a huge run of form and it's great. Um, my thinking, I think the last Potter, the one before, I said I think Nottingham Forest will be the team that would slide down and give us kind of the opportunity to sneak into the top four. And they just keep outperforming. And as much as I want them to slide down for selfish reasons for Newcastle, I kind of want them to just stay up because it's a good story. But so it kind of limits our opportunity for finding a way in. I think right now, I think we're tied on points with Chelsea, who are
You're a
in
point
fourth,
behind.
a point behind. Yeah. So, and when we played them a couple weeks ago, we didn't look on their level at all. So I don't know if that's changed now with a decent run of form, but kind of getting through that busy Christmas period with basically all wins is phenomenal. Puts us in a driver's seat to kind of see where we can go from there. I think if we can midweek beat Arsenal or draw and kind of bring it back to St. James's for a replay, to try and get into a cup final, that's always good. um, so I don't know. There's definitely more positives than there was probably about 6 weeks ago. I think I've told you, I felt like we could have gone the way of Man U. We could easily have just like lost all those games or
You could
drawn or
also
whatever.
fire Eddie Howe.
Yeah, or fired Eddie
There's a
Howe.
lot of people starting to call for it
Yeah,
predominantly.
he was getting
He was,
the embers were starting,
yeah.
So it could have easily gone the other way, but it's thankfully gone the right way. And if it just continues, let's push on. Let's try and get that top four. But I feel like we're in a good spot. Fifth place Europa League is a pretty solid season from where
You
we
guys
kind of
are,
were.
in my opinion, in the running for second. And I don't mean to be like over the
Yeah,
top.
no,
Second place is within reach.
yeah,
First place, Liverpool would have to be pretty bad. Which
yeah.
I'm here for. Like, don't get me wrong. Watching Liverpool choke is probably my second favorite thing. And I think you guys, it's exciting to see it. I think you guys got to spend some money. Like, I think
I
it's
know
time to
Eddie's already
spend
said
money.
that it's going to be a
I
quiet January, but it's
don't,
like
yeah, but
you got to.
you got to spend something. You need a striker. You need a
Yeah.
super sub. You need like honestly, I think Rashford would be a good signing for you guys. Someone that you could bring on in like the 65th minute and be like, give me 25 minutes of sprinting.
Yeah.
And no problem. Or a like big target man up top that can just bulldoze around this at 6. You know what I mean?
We need like a Hoyland. We need a Rasmus Hoyland.
Or a Vardy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to go after Vardy, but like, you get my point. Like, just a fox in the box. Like, you need a role player. You don't need a superstar. You need like that tier below a talisman. I don't know what to
Somebody
call
that
it.
can get like 12 to 15 goals a season.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Like Danny Welbeck.
Yeah. Yeah.
But 2 years ago, Danny Welbeck, not this year.
Right.
Pros can be. Man City continue the run of form.
Yeah.
They're figuring it out a little bit, but I think there's more drama to come. Like, that's just drama behind the scenes. Yeah. And then my big question for anyone listening is, at what point are you letting Postecoglou go? At what point are we going to say this isn't good enough, Tottenham? Or are you guys still in the boat of like, hey, it's clearly our coach or our ownership, so we'll cut him some slack?
Yeah, I've seen a couple articles that have been written about Big Ann just kind of living in his own dream world because he's doing the thing of repeating himself. Like he's doing the exact same plays. He's running the same formations and things like that, and not getting any different results. And kind of continuing on with his high press, things like that just doesn't seem to suit this team. Dominic Solanke never quite. He scored against Newcastle, but they haven't quite gotten off the ground.
Postecoglou's been out basically calling for reinforcements, right? He's been saying we need to bring in some fresh legs. He's saying that his system's not broke. He doesn't have the depth to rotate players through. Yeah. I think the extra subs allow for you to play a higher pressing kind of game and just keep the throttle on a little bit more. Yeah. But if you don't have the bench strength or the depth, it's not going to work.
Yeah. He's also, it's rich from him going after the refereeing and stuff like that in the league, especially after the Newcastle match. After for so long, there's the good videos kind of mashed back to back of him saying, no, we need to respect everything they say and just kind of get on with the game and stuff. And now he's like, I'm the angriest I've ever been.
Rocky.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, get over it. That's not what is determining the outcome of your game. It's not what's determining your season so far. Good news is they have Arsenal on Wednesday, so I mean nothing will put the Wolves at bay more than beating your rival.
Can we take a moment to pour one out for our favorite player with 2 first names? It's a new one though. It's not Jack, Andrew, Gary, or whatever his name was.
Jack Grealish.
I wasn't Jack Grealish. What's his name? Played for Arsenal. Bit of a head case. Jack
Wilshere?
Jack Andrew Wilshere?
Yeah.
No. Jack Andrew, we're going to come back to that. Calvin Mark Phillips. Where is he now? He's been loaned out twice in one season.
Where to?
Well, he went to West Ham first, did 8 caps, and now he's over at Ipswich Town. And you were texting over the weekend saying, look at this.
Sorry. Yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah, he Yeah, couldn't get a start for Ipswich. I think he has the past couple games, but like just when I looked at this one, just seeing him on the bench for a team sheet, and Ipswich won this week, right? They're kind of trying to claw their way out of the relegation zone. Oh, they drew. They drew Fulham. Yeah, so a match that he definitely should have been playing in. But instead, in the midfield, they played Sam Morsey, Jens Kajutsi, Schmadix, and Nathan Broadhead. Um, I think he might have been substituted. Calvin Phillips was substituted on in the 73rd minute. Um, it's like just getting a little run out. Speaking of Jack Grealish, I kind of saw some parallels here because Grealish apparently, he had that whole year where he didn't score a goal and everything like that, and apparently Pep is upset at him. Um, and feels that he's out of shape. And if you remember, that's exactly what he said about Calvin Phillips. He said he was overweight and fat and everything like that.
Probably cancel him for fat shaming people.
Yeah. So that's kind of a fall. And he used to be like one of the first names.
No.
That's what I was saying. He used to be like one of the first names on an England team sheet. Like he was Yorkshire Pirlo.
He was. Out of curiosity, without cheating. Him or Rashford, who is younger?
Well, Rashford's like what, 27, 28?
27.
I would say Calvin Phillips is younger. 25?
Yeah, he's 29.
He's 29.
I know. He's done. Like, this is it. He's gone.
Bring Calvin Phillips in. He's made, what, 2 mistakes now at a sending off. All this Yorkshire Perlo bollocks. He's a Yorkshire pudding, mate.
Poor guy. Yeah, he's done. He's going to sail off into the sunset. He'll be on Leeds United next year. It's pretty wild. I feel like we've got...
That'd be funny if he returned to Leeds. They get promoted and he just goes back there.
Yeah, just crushes it.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like Rashford's got more legs in him at 27. Like, you could have a resurgence from him. He just probably needs a new setting. But meanwhile, Calvin Phillips at 29. Sorry, man. Is going to Roma. He's going to end up in Europe at like a mid-table Italian squad.
Him with Napoli. Him and what's his name? Scott McTominay dominating midfield in
How's
Serie A.
Scott McTominay doing? How's Scotty Too Hottie?
He's apparently loved over there. There's
a weird. Looks like he's on vacation. Like, every time you see him, you're like, oh, he's on holiday.
Right.
Makes sense.
Napoli is in first place, so he's doing pretty well.
Also younger than Calvin Phillips.
Yeah.
Yep. 28 years old.
AC Milan.
Yeah, he's got 4 goals and 16 caps.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well.
Yeah.
AC Milan with Christian Pulisic down in 8th place. Not doing too hot. Way off the top as well. I saw something with Weston McKennie on Juventus. I think Juventus and Milan just played each other. Yeah, they did. And Milan won. Pulisic scored. But McKennie did this like nasty move over him. And
absolutely diced him.
Yeah, it was awesome. USA on USA crime over in Italy.
I see what you did there.
Somebody you haven't talked about, nobody has talked about, Harry Kane.
I've often not talked about him.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on in the Bundesliga.
So no one cares about him. Just saying.
Bayern Munich is 4 points clear at the top.
Yeah, it's probably time you and I grab like a La Liga team to pretend to like. I feel like we're huge Celta Vigo fans.
We should be. What are they called? Not Las Palmas. I have somebody I work with who has a vested interest in Leganes, who are 15th place right now.
They just beat Barcelona.
Leganes did?
1-0 on December 15th.
There you go. Look at that. Copa del Rey, they're through to the round of 16 as well. Look at this. This is a great team. They just
got smashed by Villarreal, like absolutely railed.
Yeah, but they got a red card, so it's hard to play with 11 men, 10 men.
It doesn't count. It definitely doesn't count. When your team loses by a lot, if you had a red, you're good with it.
Yeah.
He was pissed at the guy that got sent off. He
Right.
had 2 red cards, Leganas. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Oscar. Always a
Yeah, I mean,
grouch.
they're 3 points above relegation, so
Yeah, we
I
good.
think, yeah, you
And
just got to
honestly,
survive one season, and then they
La
only got.
Liga needs to investigate Villarreal. Like, there's clearly financial fair play issues going on there. Leganas were cheated.
You know
Both
what's wild is
for crappy money.
Valencia are in 19th place in La Liga. They used to be a European dominator.
Powerhouse, yeah. Who's the big name for them most recently? They know Suarez, did they?
Not that I remember.
I'm looking up the all-time best Valencia players.
Didn't they have who was the Argentinian midfielder?
McAllister, Lionel Messi.
No. I'm talking about like the like greats.
David Villa.
Man, who was it?
Pablo Aimar, David Silva, all played there.
Waldo. Where's Waldo? He used to play for Valencia.
Out his ass.
Did you do the same thing I did and just type in Valencia greatest players?
Of all time.
Yeah. Isco used to play there, but that's not who I'm thinking of.
Mundo Suarez.
Valencia, Argentinian midfielder.
Yeah, Mundo Suarez, the sex appeal is unreal. I'm just saying, their jersey looks like a white tee that someone ironed something onto. Like it's the deepest, is debatably a U cut. For those of you that know, like if you're high fashion.
I don't know. Either way.
I mean, Albeida was pretty good, and then David Villa is probably the most noticeable.
Yeah.
Yeah, those Kappa kits that David Villa was in for them is pretty cool.
Kappa kits. They still make kits?
Which, yeah, they also make snowboarding gear, which I just happened to stumble upon. I feel that they're coming back. It's time for a resurgence.
Riquelme.
Kelme?
Riquelme.
Oh.
Juan Roman Riquelme. I don't know if he played for Valencia. Who did he play for? He definitely played in Spain. Played for Barcelona. Oh, yeah, he played for Villarreal. Yeah. Anyway, I remember him bossing it up in like the late 90s, 2000s.
I'm looking up current Kappa kits. It's like when you search Kappa uniforms, eBay is the #1 hit. You know you're old when.
Yeah.
Like there's a bunch of people that like stole jerseys on holiday, still using. Yeah. There's no chance. I'm trying to think who's going to be utilizing them.
While you look that up, Newcastle, speaking of, they Adidas in partnership is re-releasing the 96 kit with Newcastle Brown Ale on it for the fans.
That's sick.
It's pretty awesome. It's one of those things that the Saudis are definitely placating us, and
I've been saying that if we saw a Newcastle Brown Ale jersey come back out, it would make killing. They debatably stole my idea. Yeah, you know what? That's a great idea. You're welcome. Yeah. I want 10%. Right. I'll just take 4%. We're good, and we'll go from there. But ultimately, you know what they're doing, right? They're feeling it out to try to show Newcastle Brown Ale it's worth their investment.
Yeah.
They're like, imagine what's going to happen. And now you're going to start.
I assume that they kind of had to get them on board to be able to do that.
Yeah. Definitely. More like, hey, we already got them. You don't have to pay a thing. We'll pay you.
Yeah, these were in the storage closet. We're just going to sell them at twice the price.
Venezia is on Kappa, so Venice.
Oh, yeah. They have nice ones. Yeah.
Florentina. Those jerseys are terrible. Esperance. African soccer in Tunisia. Whole city. So, AS Monaco, Kaiser Chiefs. Those jerseys are sick. Have you seen the Kaiser Chiefs jersey?
I
They're all
haven't in a
sorts of
long
like
time.
screwed up from the 90s.
Hmm.
They like Vodafone is their sponsor. Deportiva de la Cruna. A name I don't want to try and say from Greece. Real Valladolid.
And the Kaiser Chiefs literally has Vodacom, which Vodafone.
Dude, it looks sick. Those jerseys
That's
look so
hilarious.
cool. Those might be the coolest orange jerseys. Like, name a better orange jersey.
No.
Red Star FC. Championnat National squad. Fourth oldest French football club.
Well,
That'd be a cool jersey. Let me look that up.
the green Kaiser Chiefs jersey that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That should be like what Australia does. I don't know if you see that.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. It does, or Australia or South Africa. I feel like that suits South Africa better. Australia has to have a collar to play. Like, they won't let their players come on the field of showing their necks. They're like neck prudes. You know what jerseys are not sick? Red Star FC. Like, you guys belong in the lower leagues, the annals of the French leagues. Those jerseys are terrible. They look like a five-a-side squad. Boom, roasted.
Damn. Imagine being called Red Star.
I know, and like, it's not like Rouge Star, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
we're calling it like a French name.
We're going up against Mets. Mets versus Red Star. Damn, that's funny. Who was the manager you were talking about? West Ham's manager, Lopetegui.
Yeah, Lopetegui, my guy. First off, someone needs to say something to David Moyes. Like, West Ham ownership should be absolutely putting him on blast. Deportivo La Coruna, by the way, look them up right now. Their jerseys are pretty sick for blue and white stripes. Estrella is the sponsor. You're welcome. Nice. Yeah, so West Ham went to the Etihad this weekend. And essentially, like in the pre-match presser, it got brought up to the coach that A is on the hot seat, and B, David Moyes was there watching. And it all is true. So Moyes, for whatever reason, felt like he needed to go scout out West Ham and be there to watch this game as if he's in the contention to be the next coach at West Ham, even though West Ham's coach is like 3 games in. So someone at the club is clearly still talking to Moyes, and Moyes is in like a bad breakup situation. But who does that, man? Like, you do that on purpose. You don't. I can't think of a good reason you'd show up to your old job just to be like supportive. Like,
no. I think he got knighted this week, right? Like, he got an OBE, but he kind of he I don't know, dude. People get things nowadays. I mean, Messi got a Presidential Medal of Freedom. He's been in the country for a year and a half, but
like, at least, but
doesn't even
just start there. Like, hang on.
He doesn't have a charity in America, but he got an OBE, and I think he credited his time at West Ham for most of it, which was, I mean, kind of a slight to Everton and Man U, but he was there but he was also alongside a couple of other managers. I think I want to say. Who's the guy? Steve Cooper was there. Who's the other one? I don't think. Oh, Graham Potter, I think, was there as well. Yeah, and Tommy Tuchel, Tommy Two Chains. He was making the rounds this week because I think international break's coming up. So I saw him at the England Center, St. George's Park or whatever. But
that's so far away. Like, he had to travel so far to get there.
Yeah, but Moyes definitely is the headliner. Like you said, like why are you showing up at that time? You
All
know?
you're doing is distracting the team. Like
Yeah,
you're just causing drama, bro.
yeah. You know
So his
exactly how
OBE,
the media works.
yeah, he was playing the game. His OBE is pretty interesting. So he got it as at the new year for his contributions to the sport. The reason why is he has 697 matches in the Premier League, and that is third behind Arsene Wenger and Sir Alex Ferguson. You'll
Cool.
notice there's probably a lot of titles between those other two, and
Yeah,
David Moyes is like a solid C plus average student.
yeah.
Yeah, so a little bit of judgment towards him for that. I don't think that
Mm.
quite makes sense.
Daily Mail is the ones reporting it, but they say that Graham Potter is the one in talks to take over at West Ham. He's apparently been waiting in the wings. I think it's just been waiting for something to happen. I thought for sure he was within a shout of Man U.
Who?
Graham Potter.
I
Potter.
think he was. I don't think that was the right fit. I read something the other day, and this is again like fan lore. Like it's not
Yeah.
anything valuable, but it was about like Emran coming in and being kind of like Pasacoglu. That's like, hey, this is my system. This is the system that works. We're going to use this system. And then it went back to like why Man U needed Zidane so badly.
Yeah.
Because Zidane came in to every club he's been at and has made the club. He's like adhered. He's strengths based, so he gets the best out of the club's strengths instead of trying to fit a square peg in a round hole.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the same for Lopetegui, as well as good old Pascalo.
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely the ones that are most at risk, I guess. um what happened, did Celtic and Rangers play each other this weekend?
Yeah, that's another one that the other fans are ducking on. You'll notice I said fans. First off, hang on, before we get into this great Scott.
Yeah.
West Ham's director has basically been is like, I don't want to say pushed out, but has been stepped out from the training ground and the facilities because the tension's rising. Odds are he gave his friend David Moyes some tickets. So like it sounds like they're trying to lean into the coach and support the coach. He's been there for like 2 months. It'd be wild for him to be gone right now.
Huh. Yeah. Tim Steighton stepped back from the training ground after frustrating everyone. The chairman has taken a leading role in the transfer window as well. Man, yeah. So it's not
West
just
Ham
the
has hit that self-destruct button and just
That is a clear sign that it's not just the manager. That's
Nope.
the rot within the club.
Yep. And it's probably hitting up your old boy. But, hey, why don't you just come take a look at this for me and see what it is? It's like, the homeboy called his ex. He said, "You up? You got caught texting."
Yeah.
Not great. Yeah, but great, Scott. Should we get into this? I just want to shout out again, pour one out for Nate and Steve. They're both morning results to my teams. I feel like Celtic probably got a little lucky this past weekend, January 2nd. So we're kind of traveling in time now, about 4 days ago, but it's cool. We're all friends here. 3-0 in the Premiership. Hagi opened up the score in the 7th minute, and then it was just kind of back and forth. Rangers are not good right now. This is not a good Rangers squad. Celtic had an unfortunate misstep. But the good news, Rangers finally got 3 points over Celtic. The table is starting to look a little bit lopsided even with this. Like, I don't think Rangers are in the gunning for second place right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just looking at that, and it's like Aberdeen, who was keeping up with Celtic for so long, are now down into, what, 4th?
It happens so fast.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Celtic just got or at least they're starting another American as well. There was a chant that was going around Trying to see if I can find it. Yeah, Celtic fans chanting for Austin Trusty and Cameron Carter Vickers. It was to the "You Can Be My American Boys." It's a pretty good chant. Go check it out on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
We need some of that. Rangers getting a little bit frisky in the January transfer market, looking for a center back amid a entire back four being hurt.
Yeah.
Steven Gerrard. Speaking of Rangers news, because it's the real club that Steven Gerrard was associated with, Nate. Granddad, 44 years old.
Oh yeah, I saw you. Yeah, he was expected to become a granddad. Yeah. Good for him.
Did you notice that Alan Shearer is a huge Rangers fan?
I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that. Why is he?
Is the Ibrox wearing blue?
He was.
He went to the game.
Was he wearing like just a regular blue shirt?
I was in a blue suit. Like he went all out, man. Like a good navy too. Proper blue. He just didn't want to get his car key leaving. You know, that's what it was.
Right. You ever heard the story he told once about Shearer? He was like coming up from London on a train to Newcastle, and he said he walked onto the train and for whatever, or he was it was Friday night, whatever, and he was going to go home Saturday morning, but he was able to get off of work and do whatever, and he could go home Friday night, but they didn't have any tickets in the first class section of the LNER to go straight up there, and so he ended up just sitting in with the regular folk, and it just had been that there was a Sunderland match that had just happened in London, so it was all the traveling fans going up home as well. And he said he just like put his hoodie on, whatever, and he put his head down the whole time. And he said they were just like, unbeknownst to him, that he was just sitting there right next to them. They're singing like anti-Shearer songs and stuff like that. And at no point did he ever feel like he was like, he probably would have made their day if he just like took his hoodie off and just like started going along with them or something like that. But yeah, he said the whole way up from London to Newcastle, he was like, I had to sit on the train with my head down and just look away.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's what you get for sitting with the peasants, Alan.
Right. Exactly. Should have just waited till the next day.
The other news at Rangers, and this one actually makes me pretty happy, is they are in the market to purchase and are trying to make a new signing. So again, setting the stage, the Rangers have like a back four disaster going on. They had a ton of injuries. And they just don't have the money to sit with the depth that other clubs do. So the board has made a proposal to the community at large to make a purchase offer for Johnny Evans.
Oh, yeah?
Let's go. Come on, man. He's on a 1-year contract. Get him out the door before that contract expires.
Yeah.
That'd be a win. But yeah, the board has made the pitch, and essentially the coach is the hang up. He's kind of on the fence of like, I don't really want to do that.
Right. Yeah.
He's amazing. But they want the familiar face.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be a good place for him to end his career. He'd get a lot of minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. It wouldn't be too far from home. He'd be doing all right. Yeah. Just trying to think. I haven't seen any big January other than like the questions about Salah and Trent. No huge January transfer window news just yet.
It's coming. You can feel it. Luke Shaw. I believe.
Where's he heading?
Hang on a second. I'm getting through it right now.
Tottenham signed a new keeper.
Aston Villa loaned out Lewis Dobbin. Bournemouth signed DC United Matai Ekambomi. Brighton signed from Inter Miami Diego Gomez.
Juventus want to sign some Man U players. I think they wanted to get Xerxes.
Of course, like the player with promise.
And Malacia.
Malacia, yeah, that would be good. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Liverpool, free transfer. Marcelo Pitaluga to Fluminense. Man City loaned out Isaac Kabore to Werder Bremen. Xerxes, again, might be going a couple places he's linked to. Also, Luke Shaw is expected to sign somewhere. Southampton have been pretty busy on the free transfers. Renzo Tekoka from Nisho Gakuin, and then Wellington from Sao Paulo. Wellington's going to be unreal. It's just got one name. It's got a mononym.
Casemiro apparently willing to make a move to Saudi Arabia.
I mean, that kind of checks out. He's unreal. Like, I feel like if you're in the last year or two of your career and you want to go make some money, like,
yeah,
kind of get it.
Be one of the top 5 highest paid players in the league.
It's nuts. That's bonkers. I bet Harry Maguire's up there too, though.
Yeah,
let's come back to it. Can you find the top 10 players, paid players in the Prem?
In the Premier League or in the Saudi League?
In the Prem. In Tottenham, signed Antonin Kinski from Slavia Praga. 16.5 mil. That's interesting price. That's pretty expensive. Min Hui Yang from Gangwon FC. I want one of those jerseys. Looking that up immediately. Yeah, it has been quiet. It's something's brewing though. I also think clubs might be really scared to just deal with any sort of dealings right now.
Yeah.
Another orange kit, by the way. Gangwon FC. Worth the time. I would go with construction orange for this club. They have a bear as a mascot. Pretty cool. Yeah, they know what's going on. Those are actually pretty cool jerseys.
Top 5, Kevin De Bruyne, £400,000 a week. Erling Haaland, £375,000 a week. Mo Salah, $350,000. Casemiro, $350,000. Grealish and Marcus Rashford and a couple of Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, all on £300,000.
All those Man U players are overvalued.
Years remaining on contract. Kevin De Bruyne is in his last year. Erling Haaland's got 3 more years. Salah, obviously, on the last one. Casemiro's got 2. Grealish is at 3. Rashford still has 4 years. Bruno, 3. Bernardo, 2. Kai Havertz comes in next. £280,000.
You know who's pretty good? Cody Gakpo.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He's unreal. Yeah, I don't think much of that makes sense. How many years does Fernandez have?
Left on his contract? Says here he has 3 years left. Might be 2 at this point.
Yeah. We'll just say yuck. We'll just summarize that with yuck. So, let me make sure I have this right, and I apologize if I'm saying this wrong, but Gangwon FC, Fila kit. Just saying, currently a Fila kit.
Where does Gangwon FC play?
Korea. South Korea, in case you were curious.
Nice. Just
to clarify any confusion there.
So do they play Gangnam Style?
Dude, I'm a huge fan. Like, I'm in. I hope they bang that game or that song every game. They've had a bit of a runaround in their sponsorships, though. So, Gangwon, congratulations. This is the most exposure your club has had in the entire United States.
Right.
On the podcast. You're welcome. Happy to visit. Happy to perhaps invest in the club. They've had a runaround of clubs, though. Or not clubs, sponsors. So currently they're Fila since 2022. Prior to that, they were Apple Rind, which sounds like a made-up name. Puma before that. Joma.
Guys, we got Apple to sponsor us. Rind.
Yeah, Apple Rind. And they just didn't understand the pitch. I get it. Joma. Throwing that out there. Joma was a big deal. Hummel, Astore, Mizuno, and Nike, all since 2010.
Nice.
Yeah, now you know. Aren't you glad you guys know that?
This is news you can use.
Yeah. and lose. Like, we'll throw that out there too. You could lose it.
Right. Yeah. Are they sponsored by a like a luggage company?
That or a dispensary based out of Colorado Springs or some sort of place like that. I have no idea.
Man, what a wild place to be. Who just signed there?
Signed from there.
Oh, okay.
And I will, if you give me a second, and get back to that. I want to say it was one of the lesser teams in the club. Yep, Tottenham signed a gentleman from there, Min Hyuk Yang.
Well, nice. Whatever it takes.
Haiwan Resort. This episode is brought to you by Haiwan Resort. It's lavish luxury resorts. You can find them on Expedia in the wonderful Gangwon province of South Korea.
Yeah. The only other big name I saw, biggish name, Mark Gay, getting another round of interest. Apparently Chelsea this time want to sign him. I think they tried to sign him over the summer or maybe 2 transfer markets ago, and were kind of laughed away. So I don't know. See if the new approach has any different outcome. But that's another one to look out for.
Unrelated and completely irrelevant to what you just said. LAFC have a new sponsor this year, and it is Flex Power Tools.
Nice.
It's pretty sick. It just says Flex across their jerseys. They're actually pretty sick. This might be one of the nicest.
Are they the white ones with the gold?
Yeah, kind of. But it's not really like a white. It's like a marble.
Okay.
They are probably the nicest kits I've seen in a long time. Like a little bit different than normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're here for fashion, high fashion podcast.
Nice.
Yeah. Are we on another effing international break?
We're on the precipice of one.
Damn it.
International break. Let's see. Comes up. Yeah, we're kind of no.
Good.
Nothing
Canceling
for a little
it.
while. It's coming up. I saw
It's the
like
Cup
U.S.
week.
men's national team was like
Gonna lose to Mexico.
I think it's January 18th. I feel like it's in a little while. They got like a weird camp going on soon. I don't know if it's a full one because some of the players that were named to it were kind of B-list players. I think Poch wants to check them out, but yeah.
Getting some reps in.
And like I said, like Tuchel was making the rounds and things at some of the matches. So I think he's keeping his eye on who he wants to bring into camp.
That is wild. Squad. That is ridiculous.
I still forget sometimes that he's the England manager.
I actually just remembered, like right now. Like now, as you telling me that, maybe like I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyway. Well, Liverpool. Sucks to be you. Man, you had your dreams.
Yeah.
Per usual. And Nate and Steve went on vacation, didn't invite us. We don't need them to have a party. We're cooler than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just living large in snowy New Jersey.
Yeah. And Michigan. It's like 12 degrees, but who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the Premier League this week. Got like an awkward 8 days before the next games.
Yeah. FA Cup in between.
Ooh, this weekend. Shouty.
Till then.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the FA Cup for trash takes, man.
Hold up.
Trash teas.
Trash teas. The FA Cup. I guess we got Sheffield and Cardiff kick things off.
Yeah, I'm not going to read all these games because you got like Leeds playing Harrogate and no one cares.
My upset is Oxford United over Exeter City.
That's fire. I was thinking Norwich beating Brighton.
Salford City beat Man City. That'd be amazing.
You got Preston versus Charlton. Is it two friends fighting in a yard or is it two clubs? Who knows?
Right. Isn't Salford City? That's the class of '92 club.
Yes, it is. That's kind of a real Manchester derby then.
Arsenal,
Middlesbrough
Man U,
Blackburn is
and
a bit of a juggernaut. Accrington playing against is a 7:15 kickoff. I believe this is played at Anfield. Yep, Accrington will be playing against Liverpool.
Ooh, this is a big one. Dagenham and Redbridge versus Millwall at the 10.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to watch that, but I'm going to go ahead and say
I'm into it.
big W.
Villa, West Ham.
There's no way United drew Arsenal in this round. That's so fixed. You're telling me that Liverpool draw Accrington FC and Man U draw Arsenal? Come on. The odds of that happen, they're like, oh, yeah, that's definitely get out of here. Get out of here. Newcastle, Bromley. You'll screw that one up.
Yep.
Oh, thumbs down. What is this? How did you do that? Yeah, it came up on the screen.
Yeah, I've noticed that it does that on like
Mac.
FaceTime.
Yeah. That sucks. Hey, Steve Jobs. Come on, man. No positivity here.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah. I'm going to go out and say my trashy tea for this round of FA Cup is Ipswich going to lose to Bristol Rovers.
Nice.
That's what I'm going with. Bristol Rovers for the W.
I'm sticking with it. Oxford United beat Exeter City. Would be a good
You're
one.
really like getting after that club.
Yeah, it says St. James's Park, not that one.
Dude, Bristol Rovers have like an entire clothing line. Not just like a jersey, but like if you Google Bristol Rovers, the amount of clothes they have for sale is overwhelming. Like, I don't know why, but there's like shoes being thrown at me. I just wanted to look up the jerseys.
They're a fashion brand now.
Fashionistas. That's kind of an old school look. A little bit of blue and white checkers. Not quite Croatia. Yeah, they're bad. All good though. Well, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Huge show in Korea for us, so thank you guys. Appreciate you listening. As always, Cancel Steve.
Yep.